Tom Arnone.
No, it's call-out time.
Brian Wilson.
You died for that football.
Nick Del Gazzo.
It's going to be a battle.
You're listening to Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com.
Good morning, everybody. This is Agree to Disagree right here at A2DRadio.com. We are live from the BMW of Atlantic City Studios. We're right here in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey. BMW of Atlantic City. We're off exit 37 on the Parkway. Find them online, BMWofAtlanticCity.com. Every show, every Sunday, we're brought to you by BMW of Atlantic City, but Gibson Mayer LLC, your certified public accountant. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. Tom Arnone, Nick Del Gazzo, Brian Wilson. The bad boys of sports talk. A lot to talk about today. At the end of the show, of the questions with the sweet man. College football playoffs coming up. We'll discuss that. Week 12 around the league, predictions, storylines. Some games we want to key in on, and we'll give you our picks against the spread on every single game. We'll run through the whole league, and we'll give you that as well. But this is Eagles Packers pregame, and our poll question. It's going to be a lot of Eagles, Packers. Our poll question brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. Which facet of the game is most important for the Eagles to get a much-needed dub on Monday night against the Packers? Quarterback, wide receiver, secondary, D-line. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us, and we'll break down everything you need to know to get ready for this Eagles-Packers showdown, prediction, key matchups, players of the game, and that's brought to you by the Sports Outlet. Find them on the web, sportsoutletinc.com. Gentlemen, how are yous? Good to have yous.
Good.
We don't play on Monday, so a little change. Usually we're rushing out of here getting ready for the Birds, but a little different this week. But how you feeling about the game, and what facet of the game do you think is most important this week to get a must win? Now we're at must win times. Last week we were in the area. Last week we were in the must win area. This week not so much. So how you guys feeling about it?
Oh, yeah. This is, like I said, we talked about it last week, going on the road and that mountain to climb. We knew what that was going to entail. But you just wanted to go up there and maybe shock the world, play well, and, make a statement. But now this is a home game. This is you're in must-win territory. You're back to where you play well, and you've been playing well at home all season. You got a team on the ropes that's leaking oil. You got to put them away. They're in that cluster that you're in. The Redskins losing, as much as you hate the Cowboys, the Redskins losing on Turkey Day was good. The Vikings lost. So, this is all roads pointing to a must win, obviously, and then you got to bury this team. They're getting tossed all over. The last 3 weeks, the secondary is atrocious. So now, if you're looking for me for a facet like you're talking about, the wide receivers, if you want to call them that, they got to take care of it. They got to take advantage of the secondary, and allow Wentz to throw the ball down the field and put up some big numbers.
Maybe some P. Turner, a little P-Funk action, a little P-Funk turn. No, but I totally agree. Obviously, it's a must-win. Last week, I didn't want to say must-win, if anybody remembers, and I don't think it was. Granted, we didn't play well. We got beat up, and today is a must-win, or tomorrow. It's a home game. We got to win out. We have to win out at home, basically, and this is the first one of the 4 that we have remaining. We got to do it. We got to beat them. Green Bay's been down, but they're still Green Bay. They still got Aaron Rodgers. They're still dangerous.
He's still got Olivia Munn's pussy, so that's still dangerous as well.
Grab her by the pussy. It's fine.
You
never know. She could be tainting him. But he's been slinging, though.
Well,
but they can't stop anybody. They can't stop anyone. Tom Arnone Thursday would sling on them, and he had some trouble. So I see I'll tell you what, I see Carson playing well. I think for the facet of the game, I say D-line, because I think if we get after Aaron, we're going to score points. If we get after Aaron and limit their points, which we've been doing really well at home, I think we're good. I think we're real good.
Yeah, you make them one-dimensional. I mean, they haven't run the ball all year. You know,
No, they can't run
With
the
Lacey injury, they can't run the ball. So you pin your ears back, and like you said,
They have a wide receiver gets half their carries.
yeah, absolutely. So there's some key matchups. Obviously, that are going to have to be won. You're going to, Jordy's going to. It's either Mills or McKelvin. Depending on. I think he was in the concussion protocol, right? I'm not sure.
He's good now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's good. Okay,
you notice?
so-
Yeah, he's back.
one of those two are going to be on Jordy. So,
Ryan Matthews, I think, is the
Yeah.
only guy out that I know of.
Yeah, so you gotta, you got that matchup, on the outside. You try that's his guy. That's Rodgers' guy. So you gotta keep him from going bonkers.
Yeah, I think when you talk about facets, and he's sort of gotten a break for the most part because he's a rookie. But I'm gonna look at the quarterback position because that's a facet we got to play better. And I'm not talking about just Seattle. That there's he hasn't been perfect by any stretch, and he's gotten a free pass, and that's fine. That's what we do around here. We love him. He's a rookie, and he deserves some free passes, no question about it. But that's what I'm going to look at this week because now we're getting the must-win games, and I want to see what's between your legs as my franchise quarterback. And I don't care if you're a rookie or not. I want to start seeing some flashes in these big games, and especially at home. I mean, you're talking about a defense that's given up, I believe, 7.3 points at home compared to 22 on the road. I mean, we talk about not traveling, not even traveling. They're not traveling at all. They're completely two different football teams from home and away. So okay, are they going to go undefeated at home? I don't know, but you have to win 4 straight at home right now, and you got to win 5 of your next 6 if you even want to be in the conversation. And 5 of the next 6, all 3 of them, you have to beat them home teams them division games that are at home. You have to win all 3 of them.
They haven't given up more than 15 at home all season.
No, and I think it's coming out to, I read 9.3 or 7.3, but under 10 a game at home compared to 22 on the road. They're 2 completely different football teams. They're not the same.
Yeah, I know.
And that's something that's got to get shored up.
Our D-line don't get after
I'm not mad about it, though, Sleeps, because if they came out this week and got torched at home, I still want them to play that way at home.
Somebody's very invisible on the road a lot.
Fletcher Cox.
For how much money we give him.
Fletcher Cox, $100 million.
Fletcher Cox, constantly invisible on the road. I don't know what it is. He likes to home cooking or something. Somebody better get some travel cases, start bringing some food with him.
Some chunky soup or something.
Yeah, but you can't have a guy. You can't have a guy who's $100 million guy, getting paid quarterback money, and to Wilson's point, being visible on the road.
He's been invisible on the road.
I mean, we've been pointing fingers at him on the road games every week, right? Sweeps. I mean, every week we point at guys on defense. Hey, going to need to see Fletcher Cox this week. The best player on this defense, week in and week out, has been Brandon Graham.
Because I don't think he's had a sack since Detroit, either on the road.
I'll pull up his numbers. Yeah,
period.
I'm gonna pull up his numbers.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't, but he's played well at home.
Yeah.
But who's played
games at home? He's played well.
Who's been the most
on the roads? He's nowhere around the road.
Yeah.
Who's been the most consistent guy on this defense throughout the whole year? I'm gonna make the argument of Brandon Graham. Yeah, I think Brandon Graham's had a hell of a year.
Yeah, or Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm too, but
Malcolm or Brandon Graham.
I really
I'll give
think
Brandon Graham the
has.
nod since Malcolm's got a fist up in the air,
But to your point about
which I could do without.
To your point about Wentz, I mean, I agree with you, but it always goes back to, like Willie said in the beginning of the year before he even played. It's what you get from most rookies. I mean, there's only certain guys that have those special years, and in his case, the only reason I give him a pass, and I know some Eagle fans have their blinders on because he is the chosen one. I give him a pass because he's got no weapons. It's like going to a fight with a water pistol. To me, the way I look at it, like. I mean, sooner or later, you look around.
We can't catch football.
You can't catch the ball. I mean, what.
Well, I think it's a combo, guys. I think it's a combo. I do agree. Obviously, you can't hide from the fact that
he's made some bad throws.
Yeah,
that's going to happen.
Well, you can't hide from the fact that our wide receivers have been, inadequate at best.
We have the worst receiving core
for the most part. But you also can't look away when you go back and you watch throws and you rewatch some tape and you see some balls, left out there. Some balls not delivered to guys that are open. So, I mean, it's both sides here. But this is more for that. We know this. More for the people to say, hey, free pass time. If you want to be a playoff team, that's over. If you're okay with this year being a chalk up, fine. But if you're expecting a playoff team here, the free passes are over now.
Well,
now
the only
you're
one
at the
that's
stretch where
the playoff team is you. But we did start 3-0, which got us all pumped.
So I'm the only one out there that expected this team to make the playoffs after.
The only one in this room that expected them to make the playoffs.
So you didn't think after 3-0 start they had any chance of making the playoffs?
I told you they were still going to go 8-8.
All right.
They did. We
You
didn't
want?
wait.
I mean,
Yeah, we didn't wait.
You want to pat yourself on the back for?
No,
we-
I'm
well,
not.
listen,
I'm
we
not.
didn't-
I'm not a
Because right now
bad
they're
Packer.
5-5, and it's
Well, no,
easy.
no,
It's easy to come out.
He's
and,
just saying
and
we.
say
Hey,
that.
listen.
I'm
we,
just
we
saying.
didn't
I
waver.
knew what we are.
Well, if you go back and listen to the goddamn tape here, I said you boys in this room know this, but for the people outside of here that thought this was a playoff team, is what I said. That if you want them to be, then you need your franchise quarterback.
He's gotta play.
The
He's
last
gotta
6
play well.
games to play well. That was all the point is.
He has to play well.
All
Let's
the point.
agree.
Yeah. No,
I gave
absolutely.
credit to the goddamn room.
Well, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because we're
I got to
not.
get on my goddamn knees and circle the room.
Maybe.
I mean, how much do you need out of a guy?
A lot.
Fletcher Cox, real quick. Fletcher Cox, Seattle total, 2 tackles, 2 assisted. So give him 4 total. Atlanta, no tackles, nothing. Board's empty. At New York, again, no sacks. He has not had a sack
Since
again,
Detroit.
since Detroit. He has 4 sacks and 28 tackles. Now, understand, we get it. He gets doubled a lot. But man, you got to show up, and there's spurts. Don't get me wrong. I see times where he's manhandling, but for the most part, he's got to come play football, man. And he's got to come play football better on the road.
Yeah.
But back to the facets, back to more just Eagles.
Better on
Packers.
the road is the key.
More
in
just
my
Eagles
opinion.
Packers. No Ryan Matthews. So who in the back? But Darren Sproles does have a cracked rib.
I looked.
So
Yeah,
who in the back? are you
Sproles
looking
is going
for
to play
see,
a lot,
guys?
but I see Wendell Smallwood getting some good burn. Right?
Yeah.
I would expect
Yeah.
Smallwood get some
Yeah.
good burn. Chance to show out on Monday night. I'm sure he'd like to. Hopefully he holds on to the football. And, he's been running hard. I like the way the kid runs. I hope he has a good game because, listen, the Packers, not only can you pass on him, but you can gash him. Fat Rob, or whatever they call Rob Kelly, last Sunday night was all running all day. So,
Absolutely.
Well, that's it. That's what That's where.
so start calling Black Rob like, whoa.
That's really where I'm going with.
Under
it.
the end zone like, whoa.
with you guys. That's what I'm. That's what I'm curious. So,
No, yeah. Listen,
I think Wendell's got to be the guy.
who so you're looking at
Because I think what's it called? It's more. I mean, he'll probably get some carries too, Kenyon. But Kenyon has become more since without Huff, he's become more of the special teams
Yeah.
maven that Huff was, returning punts, returning kicks, being a gunner on both sides of special teams.
Occasional
So,
carry here and there.
Yeah, he'll get a
Yeah.
couple carries,
Yeah.
maybe a pass thrown to him. But I think Wendell Smallwood's more of the guy that's going to see the big increase.
Yeah, this is his audition, like you said. Monday night, lights are on. See if you get anywhere from 15 to 18 carries. And, what do you do with it? You hang on to it, you run hard, and you make some plays, and you open some eyes, and you win a football game that's got to be won.
some fresh legs too.
Yeah,
you talk about
absolutely.
fresh legs. Now Sproles is still going to play a little bit, but not as much as a cracked ribs as he would have. So yeah, you give these kids a chance and see what they can do. Now we're getting a question here on the YouTube from Jay Lash. Should the Birds limit the blitz and sit back in coverage and let our front 4 get after them? What do you guys think?
We don't blitz a lot anyway.
Well,
Talk
I
about
mean,
Rodgers.
we have blitzed a little more recently, I feel like, but I'm in agreement that we don't want to get behind Green Bay. We don't want, Jordy burning us deep or Ty Montgomery or one of these guys getting loose deep. So I'm okay with if we think the front 4 can manhandle their O-line, which I think we should be able to, then I'm fine with that. I'm fine with playing more coverage and letting the front 4 get after it. Maybe bring a guy here and there.
Yeah. I mean, pick your spots, absolutely, and I believe that's like you said. They're doing a little more than than expected. Like it's not really part of the Schwartz, mo. He likes to win up front. So, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no reason to disguise some looks and try to change it up and make Aaron guess a little bit, and hit him in the mouth a little bit. Let him know that, this is a huge game, and we're gonna be here all day.
Yeah, for sure. Got to hit him in the mouth. Got to hit him in the mouth.
Absolutely. So, and back to your point, like it's the reason why it's more of a, that they're still in the thick of it. Not only are they 5-5, but nobody in this room wavered from where we were originally. But it helps that the Packers, like you said, they're still dangerous. I'm not going to take anything away from them, but they're not who they were or who they thought they were, and the Bengals. So this stretch that they were in right now, the Seahawks, you had to go on the road, but the other two, the other two are very winnable, especially the home game, and then you got to go to Cincinnati. No AJ Green, so you take care of business first here on Monday. You get to 6-5, you get back on the plus side, and then you go from there. And you got like you said, we got there's two big division games at the end.
And one can open up real easy for you too, and that's the Cowboys at the end. They could be playing for nothing, possibly playing for nothing.
Yeah, but if we're playing for something, I highly doubt the Cowboys are going to roll over for us.
Well, I'm not saying they are going to. I'm just talking about the end of the schedule, and they're not going to worry about us in terms of the health of their football team.
No, but they're going to worry about having a better record than Seattle. Which is definitely
that's not what I'm talking about.
No shit, but I'm saying Seattle has 2 losses, they have 1. So if
I'm saying if they have it wrapped up and they have everything and they got home field and they got everything wrapped up,
they're not going to have everything wrapped up.
All right, so
it's hypotheticals, okay? So if they keep rolling and nobody beats them.
They plug in
Tony.
And Alfred Morris.
And Tony slings all over us. I'd rather have Dak play, I think. I don't want Tony slinging on us because then it's only – because I can already see it happen. They play all the backups. Tony throws 4 on us, beats us, and everyone's like, oh, should Tony play? Should Tony play? Christ. That would be terrible. That would ruin my fucking life.
He would, though. He would sling it all around the yard against us. That's coming. You give him that opportunity. But yeah, so let's just go through facets of the team real quick. We're talking about facets in our poll question. Which facet of the game is most important for the Eagles to get a much-needed home dub on Monday night? Quarterback, wide receiver, secondary, D-line. Again, that's brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. And we talked enough about the quarterback position and that, we can't continue to just say, it's okay. It's okay. You miss, he left some throws out there. We want to see progression in him continue to get better. And it's a big spot for him. So we talked about that. Wide receivers, we mentioned a little bit. But now, still questionable if Nelson Aguilar is going to play or not in this football game. But I'm a believer, as much as he has struggled, the last thing you want to do to a professional athlete, in my opinion, is have them sit around and think more and more and more.
He gave up, Tom. He's given up. By him talking, by him finally, talking like he did the other day, that was defeated. That was a defeatist attitude. Up until the last week, he was always still had that NFL bravado, tough guy thing that, you never want anybody to know that you're hurting. Like, hey, I got to be better. I got to make this play. Last week, he stood there and said, yeah, it's in my head. I got yada yada yada. I can't play here. Whatever. I'm not saying he said that.
Yeah, I got you.
He was beating around. He was getting around that. So to me, it's like, hey, he's looking for a life vest, and you pull him out, and smack him on the hand like a little kid, and have a seat. And this is what you got to do. And nobody's saying, like, at least I wasn't saying that. Paul Johnson is this answer, right? But that guy played well in preseason. Why not give the guy a shot? I mean,
I don't have a problem.
We say he's a 100-yard receiver, 10-catch guy, and he's just, he's going to save the day. But I mean, I've seen some guys on the book and some other media outlets are like, kind of making jokes like, hey, you guys happy? Now you got your wish. Here he is. Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Well, yeah,
when you go to the bullpen, when somebody's getting lit up, and you go to the bullpen, you see what happens. Doesn't mean that you necessarily got Billy Wagner out there or Chapman in your bullpen. Not everybody has that ability, but it's a change. It's a change of pace. It's a change. It's a new face. It's a new, it's somebody else that has an opportunity to make plays.
Somebody else that can drop balls.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
I don't have a problem because I don't have a problem with Paul Turner playing.
I'm sorry. I keep
saying
that's
Johnson. Okay. It's all right. I don't have a problem with Paul Turner playing. What I have a problem with, and I understand everything you just said is right, but he's been talking like this for weeks now in terms of the drops are getting in his head. He doesn't want to hear about him anymore. This, that, and the third. All that's been talked about. But what I don't want to do to a young kid is say, you know what, go sit down. Now, sometimes it can work. But the way I look at it is all you're going to do is think about the negative, right? The last play that he had a chance to make a play on, he caught the ball. Why not end on the positive? As bad as he's freaking played, but I'm thinking in his head-wise, right? In his head, I want to get out there and try to make a catch early and try to gain my confidence back the best I can. And maybe not as many snaps, but the last thing I want to do is be inactive. That's the last thing that you want to do to a young kid is just say, hey, go sit down and think about how many drops you had. No, because then it's almost impossible to overcome it. Listen, I'm not saying the kid's going to be any good, bad. We don't know. What we see is not good, but we don't know if he ever snaps out of it. But the only way he can snap is catch another ball. Right, catch a ball and hopefully.
But when it becomes more than that, then it costs you a 57-yard touchdown, a chance at the lead on the road, a monster play just by lining up. Now you're not even talking physical. Now you're talking
mental.
Now
I know.
You're talking, now you're talking like, wow, that's.
But that's
you learn that in midget football.
But that's what
Come
scares
on.
me, Sweeps, is the sit down of that. To sit down. Listen, if there was more talent on this roster, a wide receiver, I would say in a blink of an eye, make him inactive. But I have seen, and this is what drives me insane about this kid, is at times you see the athleticism, right? At times you'll see a good grab where he'll go up and get a ball good, and then you'll get all the mental side, right?
Yeah,
the
course.
drops, the not lining up right. But that's what drives you crazy. If you never saw talent with this kid, it'd be like, all right, he's a bust. It'd be easier to say it. But when you do see little spurts, and not a lot, and if there was more behind him, and now if him and Turner split snaps and stuff like that, I'm okay with it. But I don't want to just say go sit in the locker room and put him in a corner and forget about Nelson Aguilar.
Listen, he's had spurts, and as much as you want to knock him for not catching the ball, because the kid has struggled, everyone knows it. Anyone with eyes can see it. He has struggled a ton, but he has gotten open. He got open against Richard Sherman multiple times last week. That one that he drops, he's open for a big gainer.
Yeah.
He can't line up correctly. That's a mental thing. That's
huge.
That has
a
to
game
be done.
changer. Not
that
that he would have won, but big game changer.
But he just killing you with stuff. Can you make every mistake fucking possible?
Yeah, basically.
And that's a trickle down, right?
Yeah,
to your
yeah,
point, though,
yeah.
where now the mental's so big with him that he'll miss stuff that he's been doing since he's 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
line up on a
listen,
football, you've been doing forever.
And I like everything you're saying. I don't have a problem with that in that sense. But it surprised me because I know the two guys in this room our biggest pet peeve is the pussification of America. To me, that's what that is. If you continue to, change his diaper, I know it's different. I understand that. But I mean, to me, let's go.
But in a
sit
way,
down, dude. That's
but
it.
in a way though, is it not at all?
Is it that much different? Hit the jugs machine.
Listen, he's been doing
Stiffen
that
upper lip.
He's
Let's
been doing that
go.
a lot. There's been no question in him out there trying to get better. My point is it a pussification of America, or is it refreshing in a way? And just hear me out when I say this, because we want to know what guys think and how they feel. We always do. We always search for more, and 99% of the time we don't get it from professional athletes. We have one really say. Now remember, listen, I understand you got to thick skin, you got to be able to handle it. But remember, there's 14 to 20 guys in that locker room Monday to Sunday actually, and all they're doing is asking the same goddamn freaking question. And do you think that finally the kid, it's a breath of fresh air? We're like, listen, it's mental with me right now. That hearing about it, dropping balls, not playing well. The breath of fresh air that maybe in his thought process, it backs them off a tiny bit. Because they're hounds in there, man. Have you ever been in there? They hound. And they hound. Now, you're going to be able to handle it. But do you think him coming out and saying, hey, this is in my mind, sports psychiatrist, whatever, do you think at all this helps him with the media in that locker room?
I'd rather him pull the Marsh on.
What do you think, though?
Yeah.
No comment.
Marshawn's terrible. You can't do that.
No comment.
If he does that,
I'm here so I don't get fined.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
Well, if he does that, he's
I'm
done
here
in this
so I
town.
won't get fined.
You know that.
Yeah, but I hate the media.
No, I understand that, but that's why I'm asking you guys the question. Is there a breath of fresh air for the kid to come out and say, hey, guess what? It's in my head, right? And maybe it backs these hounds off.
I'd rather see the fire. I'd rather see some, even though it would ruin him.
I know
I'd
you guys
rather see
aren't
some
gonna agree
fire
with
like
it.
Ryan Leaf.
No.
Get out of my fucking face!
Yeah, seriously.
Get a little fire.
I'll take that.
I want a little fire over him rolling over. Well,
Because you're not going to stop.
It's just in my head right now, guys.
They're not going to stop because he's a number one
It's in
pick.
my head.
He's a number one. He's a first rounder. They're not going to stop. So until you either perform or you pack your bags and you go get a fresh start somewhere else, or you go to CFL, or you go start working somewhere else. You're not going to get a pass. When you're that high of a pick.
Well, that's what you're missing. That's what you guys.
I'm not missing it.
There's no pass. Nobody's talking about a pass. I'm talking about.
you're
I'm saying
passes.
you're asking them to back
Tommy's
off.
handing
They're
out
doing their job.
passes.
You think
As
they're
much
not
as we
going to
hate
back
them.
off?
Tom's at
No.
Six Flags handing out
No.
passes.
Okay.
No
Look
way.
at the difference in the
never
amount of
back
stuff. Look at the difference in the amount of stuff that's put out from the media that's inside that locker room from when this has been said till now. And I'm going to tell you that the amount of stuff written about Nelson Aguilar has gone down. Has gone down. because you can't
Because
write
it's
anything else.
overkill.
Yeah.
Exactly, but now he's giving you where you could write about this and it ends for a minute. Listen, I'm not saying it's the right way to go about it, but the kid's just telling you, hey, it's in my fucking head. Can he break out of it? I don't know. None of us know in this room if he's going to do it or not do it. But all I'm saying is, when you get hounded,
I think 2 years is enough for me.
I don't even give it 2. It's not even 2. It's not even 2. He was hurt half the year last year, and it's a brand new offense. I'm not making excuses because
Sounds like it.
excuses are over. You guys host the show. You guys got it. 'Cause I'm
What
giving
does
you
it have
another
to
side
do
of
with
it.
What does it have to do with hosting?
Because I'm asking you a
guys
question.
host
You
the show,
sound like
man.
Nelson.
No,
you
I
sound like
sound-
Nelson
I sound
right
like-
now.
Yo, Aguilar,
Are you
relax.
having mental problems?
I sound like a guy asking a question.
You guys just do this.
and
Jesus.
whatever. All I'm saying is I'm asking you guys a question.
And we're answering it.
It doesn't have to be right, but to say that you know for a fact that any of you is that it's not going to, it doesn't help at all.
He stinks.
Okay,
I'm gonna be.
We're not
I'll
talking-
tell you that I know that.
We were talking about it in the head.
And you can throw darts at me all day. I
There's
hope
no
he becomes
darts.
a Pro Bowler. He stinks. That's
Listen,
enough.
if anybody
I've
sat
seen
here and
enough.
said he doesn't stink right now, they're fucking crazy. So don't
I'd have
think
cut
that.
him. I'd have cut him in Seattle and made him
Yep.
find his way home.
All right. I don't care.
Swim with the fishes, you zombie bastard.
Mail yourself home.
All right, we'll move on to the freaking secondary then because
Oh, here we go.
here we go. Why? It's overkill here.
You're getting
I mean,
all upset.
there's no upset. I'm moving the fuck on. What else do you want me to talk about?
Proceed.
I gave you the other option of it. Wanted an opinion. You gave it. It's over.
Proceed, sir.
You got it.
No, you guys freaking
It's
proceed.
your show, you know.
Oh, it's my show. You guys proceed.
This is unbelievable. People,
Proceed.
Are you
Still got
listening?
Nick Mazzillo and Noah Eaton on the wall.
Proceed. Secondary. What do you need to see out of secondary? Who do you need to see play well? Who do you need to see step up?
I like to see Jalen Mills play well
Yeah.
because he's going to have to be matched up one-on-one against somebody.
That's your man.
Want to be the Kimby Mutombo Jr.?
I hope he's not wagging fingers. Well, I hope he is wagging fingers because he's probably making some sort of play.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, listen, I think it comes down to a really simple aspect this week is that we should score points. We just got to stop Aaron from slinging on us. Last time we played the Packers, it was bad, real bad. If anybody remembers, I'm pretty sure we were down 30+ in the first half.
Yeah.
So let's go. You know, it's nut up time. We can't let him sling all over us, and we got to win a ball game. We're at home. Let's go. We're coming out in all black, right? Let's go. Back in black. Let's go.
Back in black. Yep. Prime time. Prime
Lights
time.
are on.
Prime time. Prime time.
Tommy?
And Trenzilla would love that. The Eagles are all-time 27-19 on Monday Night Football
Love that.
for a 587 win percentage.
Well, I mean, they play well in all blacks. You know, that's something they've always gotten up for. You know, in the secondary, I'm going to go back to our safeties making open field tackles. You know, our whole secondary as a whole, we did a real good job. You know, and we do a real good job at home of limiting plays. You know, and not letting a 5-yard pass go 25. So that's something we've done really well at home. That's something I want to see continue. So I want to see McLeod. I want to see Jenkins tackle well. And can we bump with Nolan Carroll more often? I mean, Nolan Carroll's a big physical guy. Why would I put Nolan Carroll in space? You know, if I'm going to use Nolan Carroll, right, I'm going to get Nolan Carroll up again on the line, and I'm going to have him bump and run. Now, if you want to tell me McKelvin's better in space, okay, I agree on that one. But I got to give him and Carroll's a 2. We know what he is in this league. But if I'm going to use him to the best of his ability, I don't even want to get Nolan Carroll up in people's faces a little bit.
I would think so, yeah.
I mean, last week he was really off the line a lot, and that's just the coverage. I get that. And I don't like that one bit. I understand that that's a fast wide receiving core over there, but I want to get up and bump them. I want to make things. I want to get timing off.
Yeah, there's physical guys and there's finesse guys. He's a physical guy.
Yeah. Now McKelvin's more finesse-ish.
Yeah.
Right? We can agree on that one. He's more finesse.
Leotis finesse.
Finesse. I like the finesse.
It's not a term you want to use in football. But
No. That's why I think the finesse. J-Man, I think the Eagles will win 28-7.
Wow.
I need a big win tomorrow night after yesterday. So, J-Man, yes.
All right, J-Man.
A Wolverines fan.
Oh.
A tough one
Tough
for him
one
yesterday.
for Big Blue yesterday.
17-7, got to finish.
Jay Lash, right to the point. I've been seeing, and you see it all over online. The McLeod hit when he was in St. Louis against Emmanuel Sanders when he lit him up down the sideline. Well, Jay Lash, I'm still waiting to see McLeod light someone up like he's been known for. I agree with that. I would love to see McLeod light a lamp.
Yeah, did he get disqualified from that game? We don't want to get him thrown out of the
No,
game.
I don't get thrown out.
But
targeting?
But still, let's get it. I
light
wouldn't
of a
mind.
lamp?
I wouldn't mind taking a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, you would like to see
I'm a targeting fan.
somebody laying some wood back there.
Somebody get somebody nervous over the middle.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That's when you play Seattle and you play teams with safeties like that.
Yeah.
If I'm a wide receiver, shit. When I'm going over the middle, I'm looking.
You get
Alligator arms.
Yeah,
I'm looking.
you get those tiny fingers. Your pimp hand gets a little bit tiny. Your pimp hand shrinks a little bit.
My pimp hand's
If you
not
have
so
one,
strong.
if you have one,
Use my strong hand.
from all reports, Nelson doesn't. No pimp hand for that guy.
But listen, they've played well at home, and that's what they've outscored their opponents by a ton. And like we said, they haven't given up more than 15 at home. So, this is
It's time to come out and win
yeah,
a ball
exactly.
game.
It's time.
Win a ball game.
And we all agree that Fletcher Cox is the guy on the defensive line this week that we need to see.
Fletcher, Benny. I want to see some sacks this week. I want Aaron to be on the run,
yeah.
be nervous.
Because I think they had to bring in some. They had to move. They're moving some guys around too, and I think he might be matched up against a rookie named Springs. That sound familiar? T-Bomb. I don't know if
They
that's,
definitely have some.
They
definitely have
moved some
injuries.
guys around, so I
Green
think
Bay's got injuries.
He's going to wind up squaring off against Cox maybe.
I feel like
So
I
we'll
fucking
see.
said this last week too, and it didn't work out for us. You know what I mean? Like we talked about that. If there's a part of Seattle, which was the worst part of that team, it was the O-line.
You talked about that.
But
Happy Turkey Day, everybody! As Tom recovers,
we
from
do hope everyone had a great Turkey Day. Tom got stopped in his tracks right there. Apparently,
nah, he's not
not happy.
You got it.
You know?
You got it, dude. You got it. So, dude, what's the weaker part?
I'm sorry, I don't
What's
like
the weaker part?
I didn't
What's
agree
the
with
weaker
the whole
part?
Seattle O-line bash
Where's
last
the
week.
weaker part?
And
Where's
guess
the
what? They
weaker part?
came out and they dominated us.
Did they?
They ran for over 200 yards. They dominated us.
Okay. All right. That's not
Dominated.
That's not the weakest part of our team. Their team.
Apparently not.
Apparently it is. So maybe you need to do.
I
some
would say
fucking
wide
homework.
receivers.
Okay, dude. Wide receivers. Are you an idiot?
Are you an idiot?
You're an
Are
idiot.
you an
dude.
idiot?
They got a guy on that team that catches freaking 90 to 100 balls a year, and that's the weakest part of their team.
Who?
You're an idiot, dude. Doug Baldwin. Would you
Oh,
grow up?
Slug
Look
Baldwin's
at the
never
numbers.
caught 90 catches
Look
in
at
his
the
life.
fucking numbers. He's up there with the two best wideouts in the league over the last 3 years.
He's never
Do
had 90 catches
your
in his life.
fucking homework.
My homework's fine.
And obviously is he?
I know what
If you don't
Slug
know
Baldwin
numbers,
does.
Look up his numbers. He's right there
He had a
with
lot of
Odell.
touchdowns last year. I doubt he had 90 catches.
Averages close to 90, dude. He's at 80, 90 year in, year out. And you're gonna say he's not.
Okay, but that's one
But if you
receiver.
look- if you
Who's
look-
their other receiver? Name their number two.
But Jimmy Graham's essentially a wideout.
Okay, but he's not. So name their number
Okay.
two.
Okay, Curse. Does it matter who their two is?
I don't think it is even Chris. I think
Lock
it's
it.
Paul Richardson.
Lockett, whatever.
Do your homework.
All right, dude. I did my homework on that team last week, and that's why I told you. That was
Yeah,
the weakest
it was
part of
bad
their team.
homework.
Okay, when you have a quarterback,
You got an F.
when you have a quarterback who can move around in the pocket and make plays, it makes your offensive line look a lot
Listen,
better
he
than
did.
it is.
He did
So
make
you're an
plays.
idiot if you don't
He
agree with
did
that.
make plays.
You
Listen.
piss me the
Russell's
fuck off.
healthy.
You really do. I mean, you drive
Russell's
me insane.
healthy.
Dumb
I said
shit
this
you
last
said.
week that Russell's healthy.
I said last week, what was the weakest part of their team? That's all I said. And it was the offensive line. So if there's a weaker part of that football team than a young offensive line that's not that good, okay, that struggled all year, let me know, and I'll wait for it. We were looking for ways and weaknesses to beat them. That was one of them. We didn't get it fucking done. And then you want to sprinkle it around and put on the guy who brought it up instead of the guys who didn't get it done, then you're a problem.
We're sprinkling.
Yeah.
He's got
You're an
53
idiot.
catches, Doug.
This year.
Yep. that's
53
correct.
this year. Still 6 games left.
Well, you figure 53 is about 5 a game, so he's going to end up about 84. So I'll give you that. That's,
okay.
that's less than 90. 90 to 100. That's not in that range. What? Doug Baldwin's a solid receiver. I agree.
Okay. His numbers match
but
up
no
with
one
the big
else
boys
is.
all around the league. So all I'm going to say to you is that's not the weakest
Because
part of their
Russell
team.
makes plays. And
Dude,
then
you're
throws them.
thinking about the offensive line they won Super Bowls with. It's not the same.
No one's saying that.
You're acting like it's not the weakest
Why
part
are
of
we
their
arguing
team.
over Seattle's O-line? I'm just saying that you made a bad
I didn't make a bad assessment. I stand by my assessment.
Poor assessment.
I stand by my assessment.
Yeah,
All right?
you shouldn't.
Oh, you just make me, I just want to hop over.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
a bad decision for you. You're going to go home with an L like you did Thursday.
Well, if I didn't play on the same
Microwave.
team as a scumbag, maybe that wouldn't happen.
Microwave your popcorn.
Get your popcorn ready.
All right. So, listen, on the other side, we're going to give her
And
prediction.
to Nails' semi-defense, he was quoting Pro Football Focus.
I was quoting my eyes.
Yeah, man, whatever.
I was just using them as a source.
No, see, now if you're using your eyes, then we gotta rip you up again. I was trying to bring you back again because you
My
went with Pro Football Focus.
My eyes told me that Fletcher Cox got dominated by a apparent weakest link of the Seattle team.
That's what I'm
So who's
saying.
that on?
You.
Okay, that's on the player.
No,
Not getting it done.
I agree. It's on them not getting it done, but so they need to step up this week then.
All I'm saying is
I'm on the D-line.
All
I'm looking
saying
at
is
the D-line
I'm not a
this
guy.
week.
I come with my eyes, and then I give you a reference
He
point.
comes with his eyes.
I do. I come right out of my fucking eyes.
Comes out of his eyes.
It doesn't come out
be
where I
on
usually
TV.
think it does.
You should be on Cinemax.
Well, nah, it's got to be a little more aggressive, like Pornhub. You know what I mean?
Comes from the eyes.
Because people are going to really like search this specifically coming out of eyes.
Love the eyes, boys. Love the eyes. Well, 3 ninjas for you? Oh, yeah.
Jay Lash says he doesn't want to point fingers, but you're a fucking problem. And he's probably me.
I would hope so.
Come on, J-Lo.
All right, no side predictions. A few more key matchups across the board that need to get done. Players in the game, offensively, defensively, the whole nine. We'll finish Eagles, Packers pregame here. We'll pregame to the pregame, really, because we'll have.
And then I got something special I want to talk about.
Okay.
Look, I got a question I want to pose to you two.
We'll have questions with Sleep at the end of the show. College football playoffs, week 12 around the league, predictions against the line. We'll give you all that. Wilson is struggling with his picks right now. We'll continue to mention that as the show moves on today. Guy wants to put out drunk picks, and they come out, and they're flat out freaking horrendous. And I cannot believe I followed the fucking leader.
Wow, here we go.
Follow the leader.
Yeah, he just wanted to get that in, you know?
Follow the leader. Nah, you're a
wait.
stud. You're a stud. He's
I
sober
lost a
now.
bunch
He
by
couldn't
like
wait.
one. Notre Dame goes for 2. Alabama stops,
I know, Notre Dame
runs
goes
the
for
clock
2.
out. Like, come on.
I'm a better quarterback on Thursday than Florida's quarterback.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's a
Well, he's
guarantee.
terrible.
He's horrendous. Throw the football away, big fella.
worst I've
Appleby,
ever
kill
seen.
yourself.
We'll get into college football on the other
Appleby
side, though.
dead.
On the other side, Eagles, Packers, predictions, matchups, players of the game, much more. Disagree, disagree. Only on HUDRadio.com. And it's been brought to you by BMW of Atlantic City, Roll exit 37 on the Parkway. Find them online. BMW of AtlanticCity.com.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by The Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today. get your skills in shape, then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
Yo, welcome back. This is Agree to Disagree. Only on A2DRadio.com. We are live from the BMW Atlantic City Studios. We're right here in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey. BMW Atlantic City. We're off exit 37 on the Parkway. Find them online, BMW of AtlanticCity.com. If you just join us, our poll question brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. Vote for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. HUD Radio is where you can find us. Which facet of the game is most important for the Eagles to get a much-needed home dub on Monday Night Football? Quarterback, wide receiver, secondary, D-line. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. HUD Radio is where you can find us. I'm going quarterback. Sweeps, you went secondary? Did you go secondary or wide out?
Wide out.
Wide out.
Because of the Packers secondary is absolutely atrocious.
Wills?
And
D-line.
D-line. So people out there, go vote for the secondary. It's still out there. Secondary's still out there. Can make a late push. You can also hop in on our chat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A lot of people chiming in on the YouTube. Jay Lash. Actually, hold on. We got a little somebody talking about fly, Eagles, fly. I know it's unlikely, but if the Browns beat the Giants, I'm going to be lit for the night. Love that one. Yes, there's a chance. There's a chance because the Browns get their first home win.
I got a question about the Browns. Not that I know. I'm assuming that McCown's starting, but I believe RG3 just came off of. What's his deal? Anybody know? Because I know a couple guys all just came off of IR, right? Because they went on after the first week, so they're able to come back. And one of them is definitely him, RG3. Because remember he got hurt, got put on IR after a game against us, week 1.
Shoulder.
So he still could be out. Very well likely could be out, but he's definitely off IR. That'd be curious to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Browns will give them a game today. Listen, we hate the Giants. Giants been playing good though, but I'd love to see them beat the Giants. But
it's in Cleveland, right? It's gonna happen somewhere.
People chiming in on our Facebook.
There's only 6 spots left, right?
Sherry McFarland, all the above. Can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah, I like it.
Brian Daly, wide receivers, can't score if you can't catch the ball. Very true. Nicholas D'Amelio, secondary. Even though Green Bay is playing awful, got to watch out for Nelson, Cobb, and Adams. They will put up points. So, agree with that one, Nick. But listen, for defense at home, we hold them to 17, 15, like we've done to Atlanta and other damn good offensive teams that came in this building. But you know what's nice, though? As much as we haven't played well on the road, and we know this, and it's been the Achilles heel, and you got to – if you want to be a playoff team, you play 500 on the road, you take care of business at home. They haven't done that on the road. But the one thing that I am happy about is this takes you back to olden days where this team did take care of business at home. Right? We went through a stretch at the Link where we weren't winning football games. You guys remember? We couldn't win games.
We couldn't win football games.
And you remember that real well. It was latter part of Andy where we just couldn't win games at home. It became a disadvantage playing at home. Obviously, Chip at the end, we didn't play well.
Well, we used to dominate.
We didn't play well anyway.
We used to dominate at home, though. Beginning of Andy's tenure, we dominated at home.
As soon as he brought that guy's name up, I just have to say.
Who, Chip Chipperson?
I just have to say that, Eagle fans have to, should fly cross country to egg the guy's house on a regular basis just to watch around the league. You understand? To watch Deshaun Jackson, what he can do, and then you watch Shady. It's it's got to drive you up a wall what this guy tried to do. The ego, ego on that son of a bitch.
Well, you know what, Sweeps?
The
two of them. When you talk about Macklin and McCoy, I'm in agreement. They were Chip's moves. Okay, but Deshaun, I'll still stick by that's Jeffrey Lurie because everything that happened, they jumped the gun as an organization that day. But still, you know what I'm saying, Sweeps? That day with Deshaun, when everything came out, that organization jumped the gun because Chip that day said Deshaun Jackson's an Eagle, blah, 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 blah. Almost like the Josh Huffman way where that wasn't Doug Peterson. It was Jeffrey Lurie saying, we don't, this is my brand. Do I want a guy who's being affiliated in gangs, even though, as you can see, he's been a model citizen ever since them reports. As far as we know.
Well, I don't know. He's been a model.
I'm just saying, as far as we know.
I don't think Deshaun Jackson and Miles doesn't go in the same quote, but he also hasn't been killing anybody or doing anything crazy. I'm unbelievable. Huh?
Dude, the guy. All I'm saying is from everything we know, he hasn't gotten in any trouble. Can you just leave it there?
That's fine.
Instead of trying to have to get cute, just to try to say, "Well, you beat me today."
I am cute.
So I think that one's Jeffrey Lurie, but the other two, Sleepsy, 100% agreement. His ego got in the way, and it almost got a little Andy-ish at the end where Andy felt like, his system was bigger than players. And that happens to these guys sometimes, and he's finding out with the Niners, you need some players to win, brother, or you ain't going to get it done. But let's go back to I want you guys to give me prediction for the game, and then we'll swing it around. You guys want to go predictions first? Or you want to go?
Let's go
players of the
predictions.
game.
Predictions, then players.
All right. Shoot, whoever wants to start.
I'll go first. I think it's going to be high scoring because they're going to score some points. They are the Packers. But I think we're going to win the game. 35-24 Birds.
35-24 Birds from the Welsh man. Sweepsy?
Contractually, 38.
Contractually.
38-37 Packers. A stoink by Sturgis off the goalpost.
I'll fucking murder somebody. I really will.
I expect the Birds to play well. All right, but there you have it. 38-37.
I'm going to say 28-20 Eagles. 28-17. I'll go back 28-17 because they do defensively get it done at home, but it's also hard to shut them down. But again, we talk about it. This football team, and like many of them, this team's built to get a lead. They've done that well at home, and they've gotten the good leads and let the defense take care of it from there. So again, another game Monday night. Nothing changes here. Got to get up early, And this is the team in Green Bay that's ready. Both teams essentially could be ready to call quits, right? If you get ahead of one early, put the nail in them. Both teams is a must-win. So you're expecting the big effort Monday night. Not, obviously Monday night you're going to get the effort.
Yeah, I mean you would expect to get the Packers' best shot. I mean 4-7, the season's over. You can start sipping Mai Tais with Olivia. You can start planning your trips with Olivia Munn. You got multiple vacations to go on at 4-7, my friend. So.
Oh yeah,
not with his parents, but with Olivia.
The thing is, though, they're really not done because of the way that their division looks. Is not good. I mean, who's the leader? Detroit at what are they?
7-4.
Oh, they're 7-4.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
I thought they were 6-5. So
No,
4-7, you're done.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that game Monday. That game on Turkey Day was for sole possession of first place.
Old Sammy.
Yeah.
Sammy Sleeves.
You can't throw that ball, Sleevies. 30 seconds ago, you want to throw it out across the field, far side. Oh, goodness.
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, we were loving everything about it.
Players of the game, boys. You start offense side of the football.
Offensive side of the ball, I'm going to go Carson Wentz. I think he slings well on this squad. I think it's a perfect game for him to have a big day on live TV, in front of the nation.
On live TV. What would it be? Replay?
Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, he's so funny.
I'm just asking
on
you.
national
Clarifying.
TV. Is that better?
Just clarifying for the people.
He's a great guy.
Make people dumb. Go ahead.
Just a great
It's a
guy.
spicy morning.
Yeah,
Yep,
I know.
go make people
Uh,
dumber.
We're eating chorizo this
There's a
morning.
lot of spice in these eggs
So-
over here. Serving spicy eggs over here at the Arno
I think over 300.
If I was eating spicy eggs, I'd been shitting all over the floor.
Yeah, well,
We already got one.
smell,
Already
I was
got
gonna
one.
say, yeah. Smell
Before
in
the
here.
break, place paint's coming
I
off
would
the
say
wall.
over 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Maybe a pick, but besides that, a really good day out of Carson for a dub.
I agree with that one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
No,
That's
no,
where
no.
I was going, Wells.
Yeah,
That's where I
me
was
too.
going. You took it.
So I'm gonna go to his partner in crime. Let's see if Jordan Matthews, can do something against this atrocious secondary. To the tune of 12 catches for $125.
A big day.
a TD or two.
Yeah,
Big day.
it's man. When I look at Jordan Matthews, it's so funny because I look at a guy who, if he was playing alongside a big time one, guy's a stud pup. You look at his numbers: 53 catches, 639 yards, 3 touchdowns, 12 yards a catch. I mean, he's a good, solid wideout, a real good, solid wideout. And to your point, Sweeps, the Cowboys game he had 11 catches in. That's the only double-digit game he's had. He's had 7s, he's had some 6s. But this would be a great time for him to get that 12 spot. And the guy was close to breaking 1,000 yards last year, just missed it. And for him, I think he's a worker, grinder. I like the kid a lot. And it's time for him to have a big game. I agree. And against the secondary, it's really bad in the Green Bay Packers. And if Carson's going to sling it to, the tune of, like Will said, 300, 3 TDs, where I agree with too, and I know Sweeps does, Jordan Matthews got to be your guy. So either him or Ertz or both need to have big games. I'm going to go in the backfield just because you guys took 2 of my Thunders. I'm going to go with the rookie, Wendell Smallwood. Time to shine. Probably one of the fastest guys on this football team. Fresh legs. We talk about running backs not really needing the big adjustment where other positions go through when you're a rookie or a younger player. And I think Wendell Smallwood could have a big game, maybe 100 yards, maybe break one. He has that breakaway speed. When you talk about Pro Sites last week breaking one for 75 off of us, Wendell Small has that kind of capabilities. So maybe against a bad rush defense, that was a real good one at the beginning of the year. I didn't really believe in Green Bay defensively from the get. Now, injuries have hurt them. I think they're older defensively, but I think it's a good time for Wendell Smallwood to, break one. Maybe breaks one for 50 and a touch and has a big game. Because they're just really banged up defensively, man. I mean,
they're in bad shape.
We know what
This
Rodgers
is a game
is.
we should win.
Yeah, I mean, they're missing their 1, 2, 4 corners. It's unbelievable. Shields and Randall
And I love
Goodson.
Sam. And I'm a big Sam Shields fan. I think he's a real good corner. I like Sam Shields a lot. But, yeah, Shields and who else?
Randall and Goodson was their 4.
So
more the nickel guy, but 1, 2, 4.
looked like Florida last night saying in their 4-3 base defense because they had no nickels left.
yeah, they got destroyed by last 3 weeks. So
I don't see anything changing. I don't know where they get their pass rush from. I don't know who's creating that for them. I'm not in love with any part of their front 4.
Nick Perry's had a pretty good
their
year.
front 3 essentially.
I think he leads them in sacks with 7 or 8. I think so. He's been getting the quarterback pretty good, but nothing like LT-ish. But he's their guy that gets to the quarterback.
Well, this is the week. Yeah, this is the week. Now defensively, the defense side. Who needs to be the player of the game defensively? Wells.
I want the guy we've been calling out all morning. I think it's the D-line for me, but I'm going to go interior D-line. Fletcher Cox, Benny Logan, we need pressure up in Aaron Rodgers' face.
Can't let this guy keep going first.
Yeah,
I know,
he's
just full great ideas.
he's killing it. He's a superstar.
Yeah, man, full of great ideas. Full of shit. I mean.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, we'll probably have to lean towards the secondary now. If not, it's either him or Bradham. Because they're getting Cook back. Not that he's anything, but Bradham played pretty good against Graham, except for that I think the 35-yard touchdown, which was a tremendous across your body play by Russell Wilson. And
it was a
catch
great
and
play
throw.
by
It was
Russell
unbelievable. So I could land on him, but I'll probably land in the secondary because of the fact that we know what A-Rod can do, and those wide receivers are are pretty special when they're playing well. So probably. I'll just say secondary as a whole. Not to single somebody out. That's step up and obviously like Willie said, let's get some pressure up front. But it's not good. He's gonna make throws. So can we we got to make some plays back there. And we see that Rodgers is vulnerable this year. In years past, he'd have that that ratio of 30-2 touchdowns to picks,
Yeah,
and I feel like he's vulnerable this year, for whatever reason. We make fun of Olivia and stuff like that, but he's been making some mistakes, obviously. So
yeah, there's a little
he's
chink in the
vulnerable
armor.
to a turnover this
Yeah,
year.
a little chink in the armor, and to both you guys' points, I mean, I don't know how I go any other position but them too. I can go linebacker and try to sell you, but in this football game, it's starting with obviously your front 7 as a whole. Right, and getting pressure with your front 4, obviously, and your 7, and them doing a good job. And the secondary is critical. It really is. And we talked about, what facets, and, we were QB, we were everywhere but the secondary. But I think we all know, that's an easy one to say, well, you got to hold up in the secondary.
Yeah.
But against these pups, you really do. And I want to see something like we talked about. McLeod and Jenkins, we're doing a great job. This is a football game where Cobb in space and Devontae Adams in space and Jordy in space, where you got to break that and you got to tackle. You got to eliminate the big plays. And this is what they've done well at home. But I'm going to go right back to where the big dog started, even though I fucking hate him today, is Fletcher Cox. It's time, brother. And I know you're getting doubled, and I understand all that. And guess what? and this is going to start a fight. I just know it. I don't know why I'm even going to say it.
Warren
But
Sapp used to get double.
But part of me actually was hoping Connor was inactive this week. And I know that's going to get the people a little stirred up, but he hasn't played well in the 4-3. And the limited amount of snaps, and just relax for a second. In the limited amount of snaps that Marcus Smith has seen, just in a limited amount of time, he's played well. Compared to Connor Barwin, guys, Connor has not played well.
Anytime you preface a statement with relax, you know that you're not saying something right.
Well, I know I'm saying it right. I just know the people in the room won't listen to what I'm saying, and they'll just jump on a name.
No, of course
I
we're gonna
actually agree with you in the fact that Connor Barwin has not played well.
Absolutely.
I was just hoping to maybe get a chance, like, okay, Connor goes down. I don't want to see Connor Barwin hurt for a long time, but maybe a game and get a chance to see this kid when he plays, and more Vinny Carey too. You know what I mean? Because that opens up room for Smith and Carey to get more time. And listen, you can't hide from the fact that when the kid's on the field, he's played well. I mean, against best left tackle in football, he drove back into the quarterback and got a sack again against Dak in that football game. And you really haven't seen him on the field at all. And that's because Connor Barwin gets paid good money to be on the football field. So you're not going to sit down a Pro Bowl caliber.
That's just terrible
DN.
coaching. And that's a terrible philosophy, terrible coaching.
I agree.
If Marcus Smith is any good, then he should play. You know what I mean?
Well,
I understand it's a business, but that's a crock of shit.
Well, I just think
not when you're in this town.
I just
think
he's behind him. That's all. I just think they have him behind him in the depth chart, and they just keep it that way. Yeah, we do suck on the road. Fly, Eagles, fly. Imagine we suck on the road. Jay Lash thinks we can still get to 10-6, be a playoff team, 11-5.
I agree we can get 10-6.
The AJ Green, we don't play AJ Green.
Yeah.
He thinks we can beat the Ravens, and he believes we're going to win all 4 home games. I'm actually going to lean the other side. I think we win 3 out of the 4 home games, and I think we take care of the 2 on the road. That's where I'm going with it. I just don't think you're going undefeated at home. But I could be completely wrong. And if they do go undefeated at home, Sleepsy, right? If this team goes undefeated at home and loses the 2 road games and goes 9-7, doesn't make the playoffs, that makes you even sicker because you see a dominant team at home, right? And a team that can't play well on the road. That would make me sick to my stomach. What do you guys feel about that side of it? If that's the way it went down, that's sickening. Where you see a team that's just dominant at home, Super Bowl caliber at home, and stinks on the road. That makes you sick. That makes you sick. And next year they'll come out and dominate on the road and stink at home. It's just our fucking luck.
Hopefully not.
But yeah, I don't know why. I've been trying to search for the answers on why we haven't been good on the road, and I really think it's besides the Dallas game, it's getting off to good starts offensively. Really, I feel like we've always been chasing for the most. Detroit, we obviously weren't chasing. We were, we had a chance to win that football game, but.
Big penalty, like I said, big penalty last week. Took the win right out of your sails. You know what I mean?
It's tough to rebound.
You grabbed the lead there, and it's not a 10-point lead or anything like that, but it's still the lead, and it's it's got it gets you geeked up. And football's a game of obviously execution and X's and O's. I get that, but it's an emotional game too. You know what I mean? You get a little momentum. You start feeling good about yourself. You just 57-yard touchdown. Now you can.
It would have been huge.
Settle in on defense.
It would have been huge.
Absolutely.
It would have been, and as soon as that happened, I said to and I know you guys probably did too. This is a wrap. This is a wrap. We're not going to win this football game now because you don't get them. You don't get them plays against Seattle that often. And when you do, you got to take advantage of them. You really do. But listen, what we'll do? Take a quick break. Come back. College football. We'll have the questions with the Sweet Man. Any more questions Eagles related that you guys want to ask us, we'll get into for you. That's no problem. We'll probably circle back Eagles. We'll run through the league real quick against the Lions, give you our picks there, and wrap up the show and get ready for some Week 12 action here and start rooting on the Cleveland Browns. I've never been a bigger Browns fan in my life. Josh McCown, time to sling, Mr. McCown. And that's the one thing. That's the one thing he's always never had a problem doing.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's never really had a problem slinging it around. So, we talk about Giants love letdown games, man. Eli's always been a fan.
Yeah, we were picking Chicago last week, and they had a good chance. Chicago did.
Well, then the real Jay Cutler stood up.
Yeah, then the real Jay Cutler, please stand up.
Please stand up. Please hand up, Mr. Cutler. Listen, this is Agree to Disagree, the Bad Boys of Sports Talk, only on the worldwide leader of Real Talk, A2DRadio.com. On the other side, like we talked about, more Eagles around the league, question with the Sweet Man, college football, and anything else. Whatever the else we want to talk about. This segment was brought to you by Gibson Mayer, LLC, your certified public accountant. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer, LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
And we're back. Agree, disagree. Only on A2DRadio.com, live from the BMW of Atlantic City studios. We're right here in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey, BMW of Atlantic City. We're off exit 37 in the Parkway. Find them online, BMWofAtlanticCity.com. And every Sunday, that's who we're brought to you by. If you're just joining us, this is the Eagles-Packers pregame of the pregame, because there'll be more tomorrow. Obviously, Philly Fan Radio on here tomorrow at 5:30. They'll be breaking down the game, everything you need to know leading up to tomorrow night's big matchup against the Green Bay Packers. Our poll question, brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them online, scanzanosports.com. Which facet of the game is most important for the Eagles to get a much-needed home win on Monday Night Football? Quarterback, wideout, secondary, D-line. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. And that's what we started with. We talk about players in the game, scores, the whole nine around Eagles, Packers. And that's going to take us into Week 12 around the league.
Whip around.
Yep, quick whip around. We'll give you our picks against the line.
Old whip around.
Time to get your pen and paper out and go to work. And this is brought to you by the Sports Outlet, Glendora, New Jersey, for all your sporting needs. Find them online, sportsoutletinc.com. Tell them Tom Arnone and the boys from Agree Disagree, A2D Radio sent you, and they'll give you 20% off. Listen, you heard it here, man. Sports Outlet, Glendora, New Jersey. Tell them A2D Radio sent you, 20% off. Find them online, sportsoutletinc.com. Mr. Wilson, the old whip around. So.
Judging by how my weekend's gone, you might want to take my bets and go the complete opposite way. But here we go. We'll start with the 1 o'clock.
I didn't want to be the one to say it again, but go ahead, sir.
That's fine. I'll say it.
Yeah, you will.
I'm here as a guy.
I would fucking hope so, Bruce.
He's a man.
I'm here as a man.
Thanks, Bruce.
I will admit my shortcomings with betting this week.
Is this Caitlin Wilson or Brian?
Here we go. All right, we got Chargers, Houston.
Chargers at Houston?
I'm not sure where it is.
Yeah,
So
in
the
Houston.
site doesn't let it.
In Houston.
In Houston?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Thanks. So, San Diego's -3. We got Houston's a home dog.
I'll go Chargers.
I love home dogs. I'm going Houston Texans.
I hate Brock.
So do I. I hate us.
I do root for the Chargers, but I will land on the Texans myself. Coming at trying to bounce back from their Mexican excursion.
Yeah.
Terrible job by Bill O'Brien there.
We got really bad really bad reffing in that game.
Oh,
by the
no,
way.
atrocious
Terrible,
reffing. But I'm
terrible.
saying, like, he didn't take the points. He went for
Yeah.
it, and they got it, but they didn't get it, but they did get it.
They got it twice, and
Yeah,
somehow they
and
didn't
then he
get it. I don't know what
And then he
happened.
punted with 3:15 to go. Come on, Billy.
So Tennessee at Chicago. It opened at Tennessee -2. It is now Tennessee -6. A lot of money trending Tennessee's way.
Yeah, roll Titans for me.
Yeah, roll Titans right with you.
Yeah, who's playing quarterback for Chicago?
It could be Barkley.
Matt Barkley.
I think
Roll back the truck up.
It could be not Charles Barkley.
Not Charles, but Matt Barkley. Another USC crumb at quarterback. Tennessee hits on all phases on that one.
Yes, sir.
Jacksonville at Buffalo. Buffalo -8.5.
Give me the Jags. It's a lot of points. Even
It's
though
a
they're
lot of
atrocious,
points.
But I'll take the points.
The Jags are terrible.
Listen, I'm gonna go. I'll stay with the Bills.
Yeah, so do I. I
I'll stay
ride
with
the
the Bills.
points. I like the Bills all the way up until about 9.5.
Gotcha.
I think they win by about 10. Cincinnati at Baltimore.
Baltimore bounce back. What's that line?
Baltimore -3 and a hook.
Oh, I hate the hook. But
Yeah,
give
hate
me the
the hook.
Ravens. Give
Gotta
me
buy
the
the
Ravens.
hook.
Yeah, give me the Ravens.
Give me the Ravens.
Give me the Ravens as well by the hook.
Love the advice.
Arizona at Atlanta. Atlanta -3 and a hook.
Give me the Falcons.
Tommy?
Listen, I don't like the way Atlanta plays down the stretch the last few years, but I also is not sold at all on the Arizona Cardinals. Let me go with the Falcons.
Carson Palmer stakes Atlanta's coming off a bye. I love the Atlanta Falcons in this game.
Minnesota put up a ton of points on the Cardinals.
Arizona
That goes to show you
stinks.
something.
I like daily fantasy plays in Atlanta. I like Devonta Freeman, and I like Julio. Not to mention, I also like Larry Fitzgerald for Arizona. San Fran at Miami. Old Chipper. Miami is -7.
I hate giving points, but West Coast coming east. The Dolphins are playing better. I mean, let's go. Put it together and win a game you're supposed to. Put a team away. I'm going Dolphins.
I'll go second. No. Jump on the chip train this week. San Fran will be in this game, have a shot to win outright. I actually like Colin Kaepernick in daily fantasy plays. I know, color everyone shocked as I am myself.
Yep.
Tom?
I can't. I mean, I can't go with that football team. Give me the Dolphins.
Okay. L.A. at New Orleans. New Orleans -7 and a hook.
Give me the Rams.
Ooh, boy.
Saints play great at home, but that's
Yes,
a lot
they
of
do.
pintos.
It's a lot of points with a good defense.
There's a lot of pintos. Baby hands.
They just stay in every game now. As bad as they are, they
baby
just stay in
hands is
games.
awful.
BHG, baby hands golf.
Nah, give me the Saints. I know I didn't want to, but give me the Saints.
I love the Saints. Roll job. Baby hands golf gets picked twice.
Yes, sir.
Giants at the Browns. The Browns still looking for their first win of the season. The Giants are -6 and a hook.
Give me the Browns.
Give
on
me
a
the
field
Browns.
goal. And the Giants win late on a field goal. And just like you said, they're just mulling around. Let them hang around.
Cleveland hangs around. I do like the Browns.
Yep.
Now I'll go to the 4 o'clock game. Seattle at Tampa. Seattle -5.
Bucks are atrocious at home. I don't care if they're 5-5. Seattle all day. They're making another trip though.
I know,
they went-
another
they
trip.
went-
It's another
New
trip.
England,
It's another
back
long
home,
trip.
Back here.
I don't know. Tampa's been playing well. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this game. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they keep it close.
I do too. What's that line again, Will?
5.
5. Seattle. We know who they are in the second half.
I like home dogs. Big home dog fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tampa just to hang around, just because of the travel. They don't win the football game, but Tampa hangs around.
Seahawks.
I don't know how the fuck they're gonna do it, but they're gonna hang around.
Carolina at Oakland. Oakland -3 and a hook.
Oh, go Raiders. Going Raiders.
Panthers win outright.
Of course you would.
Raiders.
It's your boy.
Panther party.
It's not my boy. They're going to win outright.
To get to 5-6. Look at you creeping up the ladder.
Should be 6-5. They blew that one game.
Chief.
Okay, Sunday night game. Kansas City at Denver. Big game in the AFC West. Trying to keep pace with the Oakland Raiders. Kansas City at Denver. Denver -3 and a hook. Sweepsy, you want to start it off?
Yeah, I'll start it off. I think it's a field goal game, so I'll take the Chiefs. With that, with that 3 and a hook right there, well, I'll set on the Chiefs. But huge game.
Oh, it's a very big game. It should be a good game tonight.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Kansas City coming off a bad home loss to Tampa Bay.
Absolutely.
As much as we're saying that we think Tampa Bay's playing pretty good ball, that's still a really bad home loss by Kansas City. I see Kansas City winning this game. I love Kansas City in this game. I think Kansas City wins it outright.
I hear you, and especially if, like I said, if things go their way at 4:30, with
they'll already know if Carolina beats Oakland, then this game becomes even that much bigger for Kansas City and Denver.
Absolutely.
And they'll know what happened before they take the field.
Yep.
At 8:30. So, Tommy, who you got?
Well, I mean, just because when I look at both football teams on the offensive side of the football, I feel like Kansas City, because I look at defensively and I say, it's a pretty even matchup for the most part. Right, both have real damn good defenses.
Yeah, it's Denver.
Yeah, Denver a little better. But when I look at the offense side of the ball, I just feel like Kansas City can make a few more plays, in my opinion, and I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't
Okay, I think we're all on the Chiefs wagon here.
I didn't hear. I mean, I had to run off.
I think we're all on the Chiefs here.
Yeah.
And that takes us.
And then
New England, and then Monday night.
New England. For some reason it has the New England game after the 8:30 game on this line up here.
Of course,
which is dumb. So also a 4:25 game. New England at the Jets. New England is -8.
They always play each other pretty tight, especially there. I'll take the 8 and a hook or 8, whatever it is. I'll take the Pintos, even though Fitzpatrick makes you nauseous. But hopefully Forte runs a little bit and they keep him, a close game.
Tommy?
I'll go Jets. Hang in. They hang in. They lose, but they hang in the game.
Yeah, I don't expect a W.
I'm going New England, and I think they're going to win by a lot. Even though I know Brady's a little banged up, but I'm not worried.
That's what I thought about in that a little bit. Not that it's a big deal.
We already gave our predictions for the Eagles game.
We already gave a prediction for the Eagles, so.
But they are -3 and a hook, and I say lay the points, ride the birds. Let's go.
Let's go, Sweepsy. Let's get right into the questions at hand here.
You got it, boys. Let's go to work. Good to be back. This is how.
It's how we started the question.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's how I landed the gig. it's how I landed this gig, and I'm very grateful for it. And it's good to come full circle here. So we'll start. Right out of the question one. Right out of we know what everybody's interested in, and it's college football time. So this year seems to be shaping up as a perfect example of why there should be an 18 playoff. And so that being said. Let's leave it with Bama, and let's say Ohio State. You can take Ohio State out, but of course we all agree that Bama will be there. So, who do you think ends up at either 2, 3, or 4, or just 3 and 4? Out of Penn State, Clemson, Whiskey, Oklahoma, Washington, or Colorado?
So who do I think gets 3 and 4? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you want to leave Ohio State there, you can take them out too. Go, because like you said, I know you got a point.
I'm
going to leave a good point.
I got
for
a point that I'm going to make. Yeah, I'm going to make a point in a little bit.
So Tommy can go first.
Yeah, Tommy can go.
I don't like the fact that my point's similar to you. I mean, it's the same. It's the same.
Well, I'll go then.
Yeah, it's.
Okay. In my opinion, is Alabama's 1 and Clemson's 2. In my opinion, and then you get a little bit of a gray area, but I would say.
So they win the ACC easy. You're okay with that?
Oh yeah.
Virginia Tech. I got you.
I think number 3. I guess it's going to be Ohio State.
It's going to be Ohio State. Yeah,
it's going to be. I think it should be Washington, and I think 4, if they win,
it's going to be Penn State.
Should be Penn State.
Agreed.
But it's not going to be. It's going to be Ohio State. And my question to all the viewers is, how upset is this area going to be when Penn State beats Wisconsin, right, and doesn't get in and becomes the 5th seed, right, just misses the playoff and has Ohio State, who they beat and who did not win the Big Ten, over them? because it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah,
well, we've been saying 8 for.
I love nothing better than seeing egg on the NCAA.
Oh yeah,
face,
let's do it. Yeah,
we've been calling for it. There's no reason for it. You know, you made the adjustment. That's fine
the same
when you
adjustment.
started
Yeah.
out. But 8 is fine.
You
know
figure
what I mean?
8.
Eight
Listen,
is
you
fine.
look at 8. You look at 8.
It's the
8's
same
simple.
thing.
It's
simple.
the 5 power conferences.
Same thing.
All the champions of the power conferences get in. Then you take the next best 3.
And then you
teams.
just throw a bowl game on top of it. That's all you do.
You rename it
This isn't
anything.
brain
They
surgery.
call it the Wilson Bowl, whatever you want to call
Whatever
it. I mean,
bowl, whatever bowl that you
slap
need
a
to
sponsor on it.
Yeah,
It's
whatever
fantastic.
bowl that's getting taken away from it.
A2D Radio Bowl.
You just get the
Yeah.
ball back. No, I completely agree. If you're asking me for my 4 that I'm looking at right now, and if everything went as planned, I'll go Bama. I'll go Clemson. I agree. I'll go Washington. And if Penn State beats Wisconsin, I go Penn State. And if Wisconsin beats Penn State, I go Wisconsin. They're the ones playing for the chip.
And now if Washington
They're the ones
loses,
playing.
now if Washington loses to Colorado, I could easily see like Penn State and
Ohio
State
Agreed.
getting in.
Agreed.
Now that being said, though,
What's your thoughts on
Oklahoma's been playing
I was just
good
gonna
ball.
say, what's your thoughts on
and then that means the Big 12 wouldn't have anybody in it, which the Big 12 would be pissed about. But again, Big 12 has no conference championship game. So, hey, might want to get on that. We've been saying it for years.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And also, I hate the Pac-12. I'm not sure how good Washington is. Now, Washington has played really well. They have.
I mean, that's
I
like-
hate the Pac-12. They play late at night. You know, I feel like they play on FS1. They were made for overs. That's all they do is score points. All right? The whole conference was made for an over better at midnight that's had a rough Saturday and is trying to throw some shells, you know, throw a couple things out there on a Cal Washington State game.
No, I agree.
Right? But that being said, Colorado has had a pretty darn good year, and Washington's going to be tested against Colorado. So there's still ways Penn State can get in this. But I'm telling you now, what my eyes tell me, and Tom comes from his eyes. Everyone remember what my eyes tell me.
His words.
What my eyes tell me is that they're going to like Ohio State's a better team. Do I think Ohio State's one of the top 4 teams in the nation? Yes, I do. I think Ohio State's better than Penn State. But guess what? They played and they lost to Penn State. So that has to count for something, in my opinion.
You played to win the
exactly.
game.
You can't. How do you justify not taking the Big Ten champ and taking a team over them that beat them, that they beat? That's what I don't get. Because I think it's going to happen. I really do. Unless Washington gets upset
Now, can you have 2? Because arguably the Big Ten has been the best conference this year.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
saying
this year.
there's
Could you have 2?
there's a chance.
Yeah.
I think Washington has to get beat, though.
Okay.
Or Clemson.
Yeah.
But I don't
We
think
don't see- we don't see
Clemson's not getting
yeah, we
beat.
don't see Clemson.
So Washington has to get beat in order for the 2 of them to make it, I think. And in that case, but then what happens if they throw a complete wrench and Oklahoma gets in above them, and then that would be amazing. I don't see that happening. But it could.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
So, I don't know. It's a whole mess.
Yeah.
The NCAA is grinding their teeth like somebody get
Seriously.
beat.
Wow.
They want Washington to get beat so bad or Penn State to get beat so bad.
Yeah, because I think
Because then Ohio State because Ohio State beat Wisconsin at Wisconsin.
Because then they'll
So
still get
then
the,
you can
they'll
like,
still get the one.
oh.
They'll still get the one Big Ten
Yeah.
in there, and they'll say, "Listen, they didn't win the conference. You know, whiskey won the
the
Big
conference,
Ten
but Ohio
tournament."
State beat them at
exactly,
Wisconsin. So
exactly. So that's what they're hoping for, no doubt about it. Absolutely.
yeah, and the team that I told you that I love USC. I think USC's playing great ball, but you can't justify putting them in because they're not playing for the Pac-12 championship, and they got absolutely trounced by Alabama to start the year.
Yeah.
So I mean, what they lose by 50? So I mean, you can't put them in. That being said, they fired the drunk and they've been playing a lot better ball.
Yeah, absolutely. They needed the Utes last night, and the Utes just coughed it up too many times.
Yes, the Utes
too many
did.
Too many times. Too many turnovers last night.
Utes did what the Utes do.
But it'll be like I said. It's gonna be interesting, and there's tons of possibilities, and I'm gonna love to see the egg on their face, But from Penn State fans, yeah, they gotta be, in the position they got in, they gotta be happy to the position they're in.
Mm-hmm.
But because everybody was calling for Franklin's head about 7 weeks ago. And then they blocked a field goal, and then all of a sudden the season just turned around, and look out.
Yeah, well,
there you go. You know what I mean?
And the
So,
thing you can always
give
say
him
about
credit,
James
give him credit.
Franklin is the one thing you can always say about him, he's a great recruiter.
Yeah.
It took some time to get the
Well,
talent in
people
there.
were waiting for there's plenty of 5-star guys that they had. You're just waiting to see.
You're waiting to see how he develops them.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, shoot to the next one.
You got it. All right, number 2. Knowing JoJo Embiid was going to sit the next game due to rest. Do you think the Sixers should have waived the minute restrictions in double overtime and went after the W? Or are you okay with, air quotes, trusting the process?
Fuck yes. You waived the minute restrictions because the guy's not playing for another 4 or 5 fucking days. And at the end of the day, I'll say this to him red in the face, whatever the freaking phrase you want to use. You cannot expect to change a process when you continue to lose, when you continue to walk back into a locker room after a loss, when these kids coming out of college have never lost this much in their lives. At some point, and they've played better, don't get me wrong, Sweezy, but to your point, you play to win it. You play to continue the process. You can't talk about trusting the process when you don't win the games, right? Games that you're in and you have a chance to win, and your superstar, your best player, what everybody comes out to watch, you make it resort to that.
Is looking in the window, looking outside the window while everybody's outside playing.
Yeah, you put a 20-year-old kid into a situation where he wants to go out and play for his teammates, play for this city, and you make a resort to that over minute restrictions. You couldn't have gave 5 more minutes? Are you freaking kidding me? Then guess what? Why is he playing at all then? Right? That's my question.
I'm going to take the other side on this.
You're going to be okay with this?
I'm not okay with it. And I gave a lot of criticism that night about it, but I understand where they're coming from. He had already played over his restriction. They probably told him, hey, first overtime, you got to get it because we're not playing any more than this. So he probably knew. And then he's kicking chairs. You can't kick shit, dude. You got a bad foot. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
okay, I got a serious issue with him kicking shit. Yeah. Don't kick anything. All right, let's go. We need him on the court, Tom. It's more about I understand you're trying to win games, but it's not about right now. We're not going to the playoffs, okay? Simmons might not even play this year, like you said. All right? It's good to see us playing good ball, but it's more about once next year and the following year when we have these guys that we think are together. The big thing in my eyes for the Sixers right now, the way to look at it, the best way to look at it where it doesn't get you upset with the minute restriction, because the minute restrictions get me upset. Yeah. Especially when we have the other guy who's off restrictions, who I'm sorry, he don't have the heart. I don't like Ja. He don't have the heart. I want to see your boy back out there. Much as it pains me to say it. I'll take him over Ja.
I'll take Nerlens all day.
I'll take Nerlens over Ja.
He's
got the heart. Ja don't got the heart. Now, the one thing you can hang your hat on if you're a Sixers fan out there is we got a star. Okay? Embiid is a superstar player. Mm-hmm. He's going to be a superstar player. He's already there pretty much. Kid's averaging 19 a game in 24 minutes. I mean, what the hell? So you got that, and if Simmons is what we all think he is, which is a star player, you got your 2 stars, and we're moving. We're moving in the direction to be a stud team.
But the problem that lies with that, and the only issue I have with it, and you can see it in Minnesota a little bit too. Losing, yeah, the constant. I know what Willie's saying. Like look at Nerlens for instance. Look at Nerlens. I mean, Nerlens doesn't even know what it's like to win at the NBA level. Ja don't even know what it's like. The only person who has any feeling on winning at the NBA level playing is Joel. Really, the rest of them. Through their seasons, it's been atrocious. It's been train wrecks. It's been constantly losing. I just feel like at some point, and forget the minute restrictions. I forget it. But in a situation like that where he's not playing Friday, let him finish the game, man. I understand long term and that whole situation, and that one game doesn't mean anything essentially, but it means something to these kids trying to grow together. It does, and I can't overlook winning and losing in this process. I just can't say, well, I'm going to trust it, but we're just going to keep walking back with else. So I don't know. I mean, both sides. I agree with what you're saying too. Yeah, so I mean, absolutely. I agree all sides of it. It's just tough. It's tough.
It is.
Great question though.
All right, fellas, you have that thing I sent you now, so you can.
Yes, sir.
Right, cool. So, if you both had an MLB Hall of Fame vote, who would your 10 picks be, or less if you want? No, you don't have to take 10, but that's what they allow these guys to pick 10. Wills, you want to go, brother?
Oh yeah, I'll give you mine.
Go ahead.
First off, we're looking at somebody's right here. Do you want me to mark off who they had, or this?
No, you can
Is
just.
this
No,
yours?
no, it's not mine. That's some clown
Yeah.
you're just making fun of.
Well, this guy has Bagwell, Bonds, Clemens, Vlad, Hoffman, Kent, Raines, Wagner, Smith, and Pudge. Okay, I'll give you my 10.
Mm-hmm.
My 10 would be Bagwell. It would be Bonds. I don't want to hear anything. Let me finish.
I'm not saying nothing.
It would be Clemens. It would be Vlad. It would be Pudge. It would be Hoffman. Kurt Schilling. Gary Sheffield. Tim Rock Raines. And Manny.
I'm right with
Now,
you.
and honorable mention to Pat the Bat just for being that guy, the man. And I definitely take Lee Smith off. Fuck him. And Billy Wagner, how is he getting a vote from anyone? Billy Wagner's a fucking rat, and Pat will tell you straight up that he's a goddamn rat. I got no time for that rat. Bonds and Clemens, in my eyes, these guys, yes, did they probably cheat? Yeah, we know that. Were they also maybe top 10 players of all time? Top 10 pitcher, top 10 hitter of all time without cheating? Yes, they were. They belong in the Hall of Fame.
No question
Okay?
about it.
Absolutely.
And Manny, Manny's got some. He obviously got popped the end of his career too, and he was doing. But Manny, you watch Manny hit. This guy was just a hitting machine. This guy was.
Yeah, before Pujols, he was the best right-handed hitter in the last 25 years.
Yep.
And I think Vlad, this is the first ballot. Vlad should be a first ballot guy, in my opinion.
I'm on tweener on him.
He's
I
right,
love that. Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with that. I love it. I think he gets the next
Is
time.
Pudge?
In my eyes, he's the
would
next
this
time.
be a first ballot for Pudge
Yeah,
too?
yeah,
Would
yeah.
it? Pudge also really, really good catcher. Bagwell deserves to get in.
No, I understand the other
Bagwell's
two.
been on already, right?
Yeah, Bagwell's close. He was 71%, so he's right
He
there.
should be there.
My question to you guys is, I know the other two are on a different stratosphere level, but Sosa, I know you don't compare those two guys, but those are the three guys that are the big steroid era guys. I mean, the guy's got over 600 home runs. I mean, how do you
One more.
Where do you go there?
One more with Sosa.
Okay.
And
No, I don't have a problem. I
Mussina
love
is
Moose.
just outside getting the
Man, I
vote
love
for
Moose.
me.
I love Moose.
And I'm a big Sheffield guy and Schilling guy. I think Schilling and Sheffield should be in.
Agreed.
Sheffield's a 500 home run guy. He played forever. Christ, he hit around 300 constantly. He was on. You could name him playing well on 8 teams probably. Shit, I maybe 9 teams I could play him. Name that he played well for.
I have no problem with Schill. He's more, to me, he's a postseason monster. I think if you look at those regular season numbers, they're not as good as you would think.
Yeah, but
you understand?
I know.
But he
agree,
gets
yeah.
in. But he
Played for
gets
the
in.
Phillies for a long time.
But he
I
gets
understand
in. He gets in because of that.
Oh, yeah, no,
right?
listen,
Is that? I mean, that's what we would say
I
with
love the
Schill.
warrior mentality, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what we say with
The
Schill.
crime dog Fred McGriff would be close for me as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Always a good player, but not. I'm not sure he gets in, but he's
Couple
close.
years, maybe.
Yeah, no, he keeps.
Couple years.
Might have to go to
Why the
Veterans
fuck
Committee
is J.D. Drew even on the ballot?
I know.
Somebody throw a battery at that bastard.
Matt Stairs is on there.
Melvin Moore is on it as well.
Matt Stairs is in there because of his announcing. He's not in there because he's a professional hitter.
He shouldn't be in for his announcing. I'll tell you that. Hopefully, his hitting coaching is a lot better than his announcing.
Well, I think.
How
listen,
about Larry Walker, boys?
real
Larry
quick,
Walker's a
Larry
good
Walker.
name.
I think real quick
And
about Matt
Tim
Stairs.
Wakefield is a good name. Are they going to let a knuckleballer in? But Tim Wakefield was a guy that was a knuckleballer. Everyone knew it, and he still had a great career. Played for years.
Wells, real quick about Matt
He's a
Stairs.
borderline, in
He
my
gets sneaky
opinion.
200 wins, maybe?
He might have 250. Wow. I bet he's close.
Real fast, Matt Stairs.
I'm gonna look it up.
We haven't
Yeah,
mentioned.
'cause
we
I'm
haven't
thinking
talked.
sneaky 200.
We haven't talked about him as a hitting coach. I actually think that's a good hire for.
I think it
Phillies.
is too. I want our guys to grip and rip a
FYI,
little
just
more.
throw it out there. We haven't talked about him being hired at all, and I think it's a real good hire. The one guy, I mean, the guy's a professional freaking hitter. I mean, you can't take that away from the guy. Everywhere he's going, he's hit.
Yeah,
so
professional hitter.
I love that hire by the Phillies, FYI. But go ahead, sorry. But no, I completely agree with your ballot, Wells. That's exactly where I was going, and Manny was making my ballot too.
Yeah,
because,
of course.
dude, the dude was the most feared right-handed hitter in baseball, like you said, Sleeve, for over the last 20, 25 years. Until Pujols really got rolling, Manny was the guy. Manny was the guy. Young Manny in Cleveland, all he did was hit. All he did was bat 320.
Oh, yeah.
So that's Hall of Fame to me.
Yo, Wakefield, exactly 200 wins. Look at that.
Yeah, and I think Wake gets in a year or two, maybe 2 years. I think he's in.
I don't know if he ever gets in.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but
I
I
agree.
think
I don't
We
know.
might just, I think he gets in
I
maybe
just
because
thought
of
that was interesting.
postseason.
Big fella
I
threw
don't know
that
if he
out
ever
there.
gets in, but I like
I
it.
would have chuckled at it, and then the big fella threw that out there. I went, I like to see. Now we knew Negro probably pitched to when he was like 45, so he might be the only other guy in.
But the World
You know what I
Series
mean?
is help him. You know, where he won World Series at,
Yeah.
the breaking of the
He's
curse
definitely not a
helps.
laughing stock on there.
And it's a shame to say it because the guy that has great numbers that should be in, but because he was a DH his whole life,
Edgar.
he won't.
Yeah.
Edgar won't get in until he's maybe voted in by the Veterans Committee. You know they do that. I don't see Edgar getting in because they knock you for being a DH the whole time. They really do.
They do, and it's a shame
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
that's
Edgar
another,
was a professional hitter.
That's another professional hitter.
Professional hitter.
Listen, on this list,
It's a position in baseball, like
Yeah.
it or not. I mean, it's
It is.
I
it's a
despise
position.
it.
how's
Yeah.
But
I
guess
mean,
what?
come on.
A lot of these guys on this list, which is actually, and obviously you talk about Hall of Fame bounty, but a lot of professional hitters. You know what I mean? On this list, a lot of professional hitters compared
Yeah.
to the arms. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
more. This is heavy hitter and heavy professional hitters.
Heavy hitters, sucker.
I mean, listen, even Pat Burrell.
Posada was a good player,
I
too.
mean, Pat Burrell. We're talking about on base
Hip
percentage.
hip hooray! He was a good player.
Hip
too.
hip.
You know what I mean?
Jorge!
Look at Pat Burrell for a second. Great on base percentage. The guy got on base a shit ton. Hall of Fame, no, but Phillies Hall of Fame, obviously. But regular Hall of Fame, I don't know. Pat's a guy I don't think ever gets in. Maybe. Who knows? I don't think he gets in though.
No, he won't get in.
Hall of Fame party team, all party team, absolutely. All right, question 4. You ready, boys? Yeah. All right, 2016 midseason NFL awards. I'll give you just a couple, and you guys can rip through it. Just give you the chew on it. MVP, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, and a team or individual that's your biggest surprise and/or bust. I know that sounds like a lot.
Well,
but you guys
Rookie
are
of the
money.
Year. Rookie of the Year is Ezekiel Elliott.
Yep, of course.
MVP was on there, right?
Yep.
Man, can I give it to an offensive line? Because I'm going to give the MVP to the Dallas Cowboys offensive line.
No, they don't allow that.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. That's what I'm giving it to.
The big fella vetoed it.
You know what I'm saying? No, that's what I'm giving it to. I know you can't, but that's where I give my MVP to right now, midseason, is the Dallas Cowboys offensive line. As much as it sickens me to say it, I refuse to give it to one of them other two because that's where it's starting for that football team. People can praise and love Dak and blow Dak and blow Zeke, but it all starts up front with that football team. And you can't say
you guys
it
are going to
doesn't.
call me a cockroach in a minute.
You can't say it doesn't, right? Right, Sweepsy? Where does it start with that,
Gonna
with
get
that
really-
football team?
It's going to get real bad. In
That
here.
offensive
It's gonna get real bad in here in a minute. You guys are going to be totally good.
that offensive line is the best offensive
Hey,
line
it's midseason, bro.
in
That's
football
fine.
since the 90s Cowboys line. That's how good it is.
All right, I'll go. Did you give
What else was I missing? Yeah.
give a coach?
Defensive Rookie of the Year, Coach, biggest surprise, either a team or an individual, and biggest bust.
Well, biggest surprise goes right back to the Roaches, the
Okay.
Cowboys. I mean, that's a surprise. Coach of the Year. I'm going to go to Oakland. I'm going to go to Mr. Del Rio out in Oakland. A guy who's been written off tons as a coach. They drafted well over there. And I'm going to give it to him.
You got a defensive rookie?
Defensive rookie. I'll go with Jalen Ramsey.
He probably is him.
He's
Can't
a
go
little,
wrong there.
He's
Hey,
very flamboyant with his hands.
he's shut down.
but
He hangs out
it
with
was him or Bosa.
He hangs out with Beckham. We think in the offseason a lot, but he's shut down.
It was him or Bosa, and I'm not going to give it to Bosa. I think
Bosa's
Bosa's
a
been
monster.
great.
No, he is.
He's been a monster, bro.
He has. I just,
He's getting
because
mine.
because all
I
the
had him,
extra
yeah, I wrote
because
it
at
down.
least Ramsey showed up on time. I'll give it to Ramsey just
I
for
had
showing
Bosa,
up on
I had
time.
Bosa too.
That's
yeah.
fine.
Tardiness gets you the back door.
Go ahead, big fella.
My biggest bust.
Oh, I didn't give bust yet.
Well,
Go
go
ahead.
give bust.
Go ahead. I'll
Give
think
bust.
One. I'll get one. Go ahead.
Yeah, you don't have one.
Coming
My
back to you.
biggest bust is going to be, again, it's got to be the Cleveland Browns, in my opinion. You have to be, because they're not going to win a game. If you look at it, they're not going to be favored to win a game, and I don't think they're going to win a game. And they just got a new coach. They're supposed to bring in RG3. He's supposed to be huge. He gets hurt first week. This is what the Browns do. They're terrible. They stink. And I wouldn't be shocked. They shouldn't, but I wouldn't be shocked if they fire him. And which just because, you go winless, you shouldn't keep your
16.
job. but I think he's a good coach, so I would stick with him. But I wouldn't be shocked if they fire him, because that's what Cleveland does. Now, that being said, my biggest surprise, My biggest surprise is actually going to be the Oakland Raiders. Because we thought that division was really tough. We thought Kansas City, Denver would run away with it. But Oakland is in the lead, and they're seemingly running away with it almost.
Yeah. I have no problem with that one.
Yeah, so that's going to be my biggest surprise. I'll also give Coach of the Year to Jack Del Rio. My offensive rookie is Ezekiel Elliott. My defensive rookie is Joey Bosa.
Yep.
My MVP is Dak Prescott. He has to be.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I hate to even say it, but the dude is number 2 in pass rating behind Brady, who missed 4 games. So Brady doesn't get it from me. And I know the O-line is a big factor, but the kid's been amazing, and they're winning every fucking game.
I'm not giving
Shit,
him
they lost by 1 point in his first game. They might be undefeated. I don't even want to talk about it. So I'm going to go with Dak as MVP.
Bust. It's got to be Brock Osweiler. You know, they paid a lot of money. Not that I thought he was good, because I wouldn't have paid him that money, period. But not that I thought him was good, but because of the money dished out to him, I don't care about their fucking record. Because of the money dished out to him, that is the bust of the 2016 NFL season. It's too much money. Too much money for a guy. You got so many weapons on that football team, and he stinks. You got a top 5 wideout, and he stinks. And that's a bust. Hands down. I could look all around the league, and I can't find a bigger one. Really, I'm trying to think of, who got paid a shit ton of money and didn't live up to it at all.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're talking about.
Now you go team bust.
You're talking about Bortles and the Jags. And,
yeah, and guess what?
Bortles has been bad.
Packers.
Packers.
I know they're banged up, but
they are banged up, so I sort of leave them out. But as a team, I'll go Jacksonville.
Yeah.
As a team, Jacksonville.
I mean, I think as a whole, we all thought they were going to take this next step.
No question. Thought 10-6.
Yeah.
9-7 at the worst. Thought their defense was
poised,
big time upgraded. Mm-hmm. Poised is a great word. Offense was ready to take the next step. Bortles was ready to take the next step. So team wise, them, but individual because of the fucking money. Bortles hasn't got paid yet, like his second deal. You know what I mean? So he's still on that rookie deal. But as a guy, as a free agent signing bust, it's Brock. So can we get off here at 4? You think, boys?
No,
12:50.
Yeah, we're good. Last one. This one won't. This isn't as in depth, but I think this will lead to a weekly a segment for us.
Nice.
in lieu of this monster's passing of these 5 fucking crumbs. Who's the biggest piece of shit scumbag? Sandusky, Fidel Castro, O.J. Simpson, Ray Caruth, Darren Sharper.
Jesus Christ! Can I say all the above? I'll go with Sandusky.
Yeah, listen, they're all crumbs, but when you're fucking kids in a football camp, I mean, you're number 1 on the list for me.
You win it out.
Yeah.
Outright.
So we'll go Sandusky. Obviously, Castro was a piece of shit as well. I mean, I know some Cubans love him. They think he did some good stuff, but he also did some really terrible things over there. And Ray Caruth, I mean, he paid for his girlfriend to be killed because she wouldn't abort the kid.
Well, he paid for it and then do it himself.
That's terrible.
It's all right. Now all of a sudden we're
Darren Sharper was one of the hardest rapers around the NFL for years, apparently, since he was just raping all pretty much every city.
Yeah.
Crazy motherfucker. And OJ, I mean, we all know about OJ. Orenthal James, I mean, yeah, pretty terrible guy.
No, I agree with you guys.
From all reports.
Yeah. The other guys, yeah.
But people might have liked him when he was in a couple movies, but when he was running for $2,000, people loved him. But
I think every week we can maybe come up with our scumbag of the week. Or something,
Yeah. I love scumbag of the week.
I'm all 100% for scumbag of the week.
I'm a big fan of taking shots.
The guy to my right is up on the list.
Takes one to find one.
Boys, great effort.
Does it take a scumbag to find a scumbag?
I don't think it does. I
don't think that's how it works. I've never heard that one. Haven't heard that one before.
Pretty sure that's how it works.
I think it's just like
maybe an asshole,
not
a scumbag.
Somewhere. I've heard that somewhere. So
a scarlet letter right on your chest.
Scarlet
letter. Big ass
scarlet S.
Scumbag.
Hey,
oh, scarlet S on his chest.
Well, at the end of the day, another fucking pleasure. Let's go, Birds. Monday night, big time.
Let's go, Cleveland. How about Cleveland gets a big win?
And the Browns get their first win.
Hugh Jackson's upset. I said he's there to disappointment.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. It's been Agree to Disagree only on HUDRadio.com. Thank you to all our sponsors. For Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson. Enjoy your Sunday football. Go, Birds. We out. Late.
Yeah.